It's a rare regulatory program that has the support of all parties involved. Virginia's new Resource Management Plan program fits the bill, in part because Virginia's farm community helped develop it.
This program was actually born from the agricultural community, us working in cooperation with them to come up with these RMPs. And once again, it's a great example of how Virginia works together. The conservation community, the agricultural community, and the governor's administration working together for a solution that's good for everyone.
Virginia's Secretary of Natural Resources, Molly Ward, says resource management plans are a voluntary approach to registering as many farm conservation practices as possible in the state, as well as offering farmers some assurance that any new plans to improve their practices will be drawn up by local conservation experts.
Every landowner and farmer has a unique situation and a unique fact pattern. That's why practices will not be dictated from an office in Richmond, but we worked with landowners and farmers individually in their communities to come up with what the next best steps are for them.
The RMP program took years to develop and is being introduced this summer and fall. Basically, farmers and landowners are encouraged to meet with certified conservation planners on a voluntary basis to both account for their current conservation efforts and make plans to improve their land stewardship in the next few years. Secretary of Agriculture and Forestry Todd Haymore believes it will be popular with most farmers.
I think the biggest challenge is probably making sure we have enough planners out, certified planners out doing it, but a lot of the practices that are going to be a part of the RMP are already being done, particularly by farmers east of I-95. So this is a situation where farmers are going to be getting credit. A lot of farmers will be getting credit for things that they're already doing and having them certified through these programs.
What kind of conservation practices are we talking about? Farmers have made all sorts of changes in recent decades to reduce soil erosion and runoff. Practices like no-till planting, buffer strips between fields and streams, and precision fertilizer applications are now common.
One of the most important things we've found for the health of the Chesapeake Bay in terms of phosphorus and nitrogen control is keeping cows out of streams. Not only do we keep the waste out of the water, but also there's erosion prevention on the borders of the streams that prevents sediment from getting into the water. And the added benefit to the agricultural community is they have stronger and healthier herds who are less prone to disease.
I think that's one of the great things about the program. It's voluntary, they're unique to each individual farm. You can have an entire operation covered by a resource management plan, or you can have individual fields and sectors of your farm under different plans. So I think that's one of the good things about it, and I think it's another reason why the farming community is going to embrace it, because again, they're already doing a lot of things that will just be certified under these RMPs.
While some conservation practices are relatively inexpensive to implement, others can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Both federal and state funding is available to help farmers pay for improvements like manure storage sheds, miles of new fencing, and wells to water their cattle. The resource management plan they develop will give them a timetable and an opportunity to plan how to pay for those changes.
Our General Assembly members have been good. I've been working with the administrations, this administration, the McDonald administration, Kane administration board, about having money out there for cost share programs, farmers that they can put their own resources, their own skin in the game, but also the state's going to work with them through those funds.
One reason farmers may be eager to develop these plans is the safe harbor option. Under the regulation, if a farmer has an approved resource management plan and is carrying it out fully, he or she is assured they're complying with any bay cleanup regulations for the next 9 years.
The governor signed a new Chesapeake Bay agreement on June 16th. We have new phosphorus and sediment and nitrogen load requirements that we have to meet. And so we're going to have to work cooperatively together and look towards the future of how we're actually going to get there. And our Soil and Water Conservation District folks are to be commended for having the forward vision to know where we've got to get by 2017 and beyond.
The Virginia Resource Management Plan program will be run by the Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation, and full details are available on their website at dcr.virginia.gov. Or farmers and landowners can contact their local soil and water conservation district, where much of the planning will be coordinated. In Richmond, Virginia, I'm Norm Hyde.